We need to get you a better chair. We're live.
And I'm going to start again. Nicola's just said, need to get you a better chair.
It's just because you're lower down than me. I did raise this chair up this week a bit as well.
All right, nice. So you've compacted the problem for me.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 5 of At Home with the Fishers.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hi, Wayne the Woodturner.
Evening, Wayne. I'm here feeling all inadequate. Good job. Good job. I can't. Can you see yourself on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. I can't.
Yeah, well, we can see
Get
you
me
as
like
well.
a munchkin.
Well, we'll get you a different chair next week.
Honestly, I must have been a naughty
Hi,
boy.
Si.
Hi. Hi, Si.
He says he's on time this week.
Good on you, mate.
So,
hope you've all had a great bank holiday Monday here in the UK. We've had a bit of rain here, but not too much.
No.
A bit chilly in the shade still, but quite pleasant when the sun came out.
It was, yeah.
So
good washing day.
Done a bit of faffing in the workshop today. Not much, just, you know. I cut my hair, ready for Makers Central.
Yeah.
And Nicola said she's noticed a hole in my head.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a scar or something. She said maybe it could have been from my motorcycling days, but no one's ever mentioned it before. But I did have a crash in 1999. Oh, I've not told anyone this.
No,
really.
go on then.
Yes, I bought a brand new GSXR 600 in 1999. And it was 6 weeks old, and the car took me out. It did a unscheduled U-turn in front of me, really. So I rolled straight into the side of it was a silver Ford Sierra Sapphire, and I rolled straight into. I didn't T-bone him. He was at a bit of an angle, so it was a sort of like I hit it hard. I went from about 35, 38 miles an hour to 0 instantly. Spun my left ankle all the way around practically. Cracked my helmet, knocked a couple of teeth out. Bearing in mind the bike was 6 weeks old, wrote off the front end. Spent 10 months off work. And I remember I still didn't have full mobility back in my left ankle, which is what you change gears on with your left foot. I couldn't move my ankle, and my motorcycle had been rebuilt. The insurance paid out, and before I was even fit and well, I was back on it. CAC motorcyclist, but yeah, maybe, and it's just that
I've not noticed
as I'm getting older, and obviously your hair thins. Not that I'm going, what you'd call, bald. Really, it doesn't feel like that.
Well, your hair's quite fine, though.
My hair's very fine, so maybe it's just with the march of time. Maybe
it's probably because my chair's so much higher up.
Well, yeah, you've got a bird's eye view of my bonds. So yeah, I remember my motorcycle helmet had a crack right down the middle of it, which is good in one respect. It took the force of the impact. And I remember when the paramedics turned up, I was bleeding out of my mouth. And they went, oh, suspect, head injury. We can see blood trickling down. So obviously they put me in a collar and things like that and said, I'm going to take your helmet off. And I spat a tooth out and I said, there's your problem. So, yeah, it was quite a shunt. And so, my left ankle was screwed. I had a bruise pretty much from my left shoulder all the way down to my left ankle. Abrasions and all that sort of stuff. And I remember the copper that turned up, the police officer, he said, how old's your bike? I said, 6 weeks old. This was in the ambulance. And he said, oh, unlucky, mate. He said, I'm a biker. He said, what a shame. And then he breathalyzed me. But yeah, that was my only ever motorcycle get off. Yeah, that was enough at one time. So anyway,
Wayne says, you do realise everyone is going to be looking for the scar at Makers Central.
Yeah, you can have a look.
Right
You
there.
can have a look.
Just there.
In fact, Nicola might put a big X on it with a Sharpie. So, yes, right, let's get back on topic.
Okay. Well, tomorrow you're going to Henshaws.
Yes. After being on Radio 4, is it a couple of weeks?
4,
yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Henshaws Society for the Blind, which has been going for 180 years now, and it's a very big deal in this country. We've got centres and colleges all over. So I think they've got 300 employees and, you know, a plethora of volunteers, and obviously do an amazing job for the blind and visually impaired. So they tweeted Nicola.
Well, they tweeted you, but I read it.
Yeah. And she said, you know, listen to you on Radio 4. And I think a lady called Debbie, who was head of marketing for Henshaws, she obviously must have checked our website out on the YouTube channel and said, you know, what you're doing, Chris, is amazing, and it really encompasses, you know, our values, what you're trying to do, Chris, with your wood turning and being a blind artist and maker. So she said, we'd love you to get involved some way if you can. And she said, what I was thinking was if you could be a guest judge, which is happening tomorrow at their Trafford Centre. And so we'll be judging the nominations tomorrow for various different categories. You know, service users, obviously that's people with visual impairment, volunteers, professionals that help and assist, businesses. So there's quite a few different categories. So I'm going to be there tomorrow on the judging panel, and then it will be on the 13th of June then at the gala presentation evening at the Midland Hotel in Manchester. That obviously these the winners will be announced, and I think they've asked me to speak on that evening as well, which I'll find out more about tomorrow. So yeah, that should be quite a good fun. The thing that I'm not looking forward to, flipping heck, what time have I got to be up?
Well, I would get up at 5:30.
Yeah, that's you, to leave at 6. Yeah, well, I can't be up and out in half an hour. That's what the point I'm getting to. I do not function very well if I get up and get straight out. It messes with my mojo. I need at least an hour, so I'll be getting up at 5 tomorrow. And I don't have to be at Henshaws till 2, but Nicola's got work and meetings in the morning in the city centre, so she'll be leaving me in a cafe near Henshaws at about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I've got 6 hours to kill. So I've just made sure that my iPod's charged up. So I'll be
I'm just updating the software as well.
So I'll be getting through about 85 gallon of tea and lots of heavy metal and 80s music.
Yeah.
So I'll have Bamba with me, of course. But he's not big on chatting, Bamba, believe it or not. And in a cafe, he's got to behave and sit at my feet, really, and be a good boy. So I'll have my music on, and when I'm ready for another cup of tea, I'll have to just pause my iPod and wave my arms frantically to get some assistance. So, yeah, I'm not good in the morning. No, that's wrong. I'm not good anymore getting up
in a rush.
Since being blind. I think it's sort of like a side effect of the anxiety and things like that, and having to rely heavily on routine now. But it's like Nicola said, you know, they don't happen very often, these early starts.
It's just unfortunate that it's tomorrow, and sometimes my schedule doesn't allow me to fit in better with what you need to do.
Well, the traffic can be that bad getting from here to the city centre of Manchester. If you don't leave uber early, you'll be uber late. Because you'll be sat in a traffic jam for 2 hours and you'll be late for work. So Nicola likes to get in to the centre of Manchester early, get a coffee, do some work, get your notes prepped before you meet your client or you have to pop into the office for a meeting. So, wish me luck, folks. So, yeah, I'll be up at 5. So, early to bed, really. 10 o'clock at the latest tonight.
T+G Making says evening. Hello.
Evening, hello.
So, is that everything about Henshaws? That's
pretty much, yes, I will let you know next Monday for our podcast how it all went.
Yeah.
Actually, if you ask me at Maker Central, I'll be able to tell you. But I'm sure you'll be busy enough doing other things and watching the great demonstrations and talking to all your friends and things. So yeah, maybe don't ask me about that. I'll tell you next Monday. Crack on with them on a great weekend.
So the other thing we did as well, we've got all the nominations. So we read those yesterday. So Chris could at least have an idea of who has been nominated for each award, and isn't just going in tomorrow not knowing anything. And we've kind of made a list of your top ones for each award.
Yeah.
Just so you've got something to discuss.
I may well change my mind tomorrow when I hear them again.
Yeah, you
but
might.
At least I've listened to the nominations.
Yeah.
And I know a little bit about the people that have been nominated. So, no, it should be cool. It's my first time to Henshaws. I remember when I went blind, they did get in touch and, is there any, want to come in and do this course and that course? And I didn't. But you never know, I might get talking tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I haven't got time for that sort of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I can do stuff with them and maybe go in and give a talk or do some wood turning demonstration in the future. Who knows? But should be a fun day. A long day, but a fun day.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you doing next weekend?
Well, you know
got
what?
Something on? I can't remember if we've got something on.
I really fancy going down to Birmingham.
Do you?
Yeah, I love that place. Yeah, Birmingham. There's generally something on at the NEC about this time of year.
Yeah, I could go there, I suppose.
Yeah. Maker Central. Oh, can't believe it. So, yes, let's dip our toes into the stream that is Maker Central again.
Yeah.
So, yes, we won't go too mad this evening because we mention it every time.
I know.
We're on air.
But we are a bit giddy about it now. Hi, Leona.
Hi, Leona.
So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So
four
more sleeps till we travel on the Friday.
Yeah, and you've spoken, or that Craig and Colwyn are getting there 9 a.m.
They'll be there on Friday 9 o'clock. Yeah.
So they'll be sleeping over probably Thursday night. I thought because they're coming up from Devon.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do that.
So they can get an early start because Axmans have got to build the stand and get the machinery and tools out and everything. So it's gonna be just amazing.
I've been making maker coins as well. So I'm not going to show you them all, but they're a bit twee, but I just wanted to take part and get involved. So they're all different. They're all completely different. So at the moment, I will have, I quite like that one. I will have 25 of these. I have ordered some more of the cardboard blanks, but I'm not sure if they're going to arrive in time. So if they don't, I'll have 25. If they do, I'll have 50. So yeah, if you want to do swaps, I suggest you get in quick because these probably not going to last very long.
You might be surprised no one will.
Well, they might not, no. Although Leona says, lol, they are better than mine. I'll swap you if you have enough. Yes, of course. T+G Making. Question from Tosh. How do you feel about a pastel peach colour? That sounds nice. Yeah, I like peach. I like sort of oranges. So yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Anything else on Maker Central, or are we all done?
Well, it's just that I hope that everyone is frothing at the mouth for it. I'm sure you all are, and you've got your game plan sorted,
Yeah,
and your networking head on, and all your video cameras, GoPros, and you're getting all your kit together now. I'm sure all the people that are traveling from overseas, they're beginning to get all their stuff together. I'm
yeah.
sure this week for the trip. So yeah, make sure you've got everything you need, all your tech, all your camera equipment, all
Yeah.
your phones charged.
I've started a little pile in Charlie's bedroom of things that we need to take. So I've got some old stickers.
What did you call it earlier on this evening?
What? Oh yeah, Mission Control.
It said we were excited. So yeah, I went. Yeah, you were ironing in Charlie's room.
Yeah,
And you said this bedroom is mission control.
yeah.
So I thought, oh flipping heck, she's got it bad.
So I've got phone chargers. I've got Blind Woodturner stickers. I've got the Keep On Turning stickers. Can't See the Wood or the Tree stickers. Plus, we've got some new ones which should be arriving any day. T-shirts.
And we'll talk about some new merch.
Oh yes. I'm going to be. I've just been setting it up tonight. I'm going to be using some of our new designs on some merchandise. There's going to be some enamel mugs and tote bags at the minute. I might do some T-shirts, but I'll be adding some stuff. So I've basically prepped it already just to push the button and it'll go live. So that will probably go live. I don't know. I'm probably going to have to do it Thursday night, or at the very latest Friday morning. I might do it Thursday night though, just to make sure that it all goes to plan. So yeah, those will be the new designs as well, and they look really nice as enamel mugs. They look really fun. So hopefully you'll like them too. Wayne the Woodturner says, I haven't even started my coins yet. Yeah, get a move on, Wayne, says Leona.
Yeah, you've retired now, slacker.
Oh, T+G making. Tosh has been playing with Milliput, mixing terracotta and white. So you have a pen coming up to Birmingham this weekend. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Leona says, my shed is mission control at the moment. So much stuff to bring. Wayne says, I've got Wednesday and Thursday to get them sorted. Yeah, Wayne's slowed right down now that he's retired. Isn't that right, Wayne?
Well, you know what? Well done, you. I'm sure you've deserved a bit of downtime.
Yeah.
So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yes, the slacker remark was just was just fun.
Ironic.
Yeah. I was going to say something then.
Well,
It'll come back to me.
We're travelling down on Friday. We'll probably be going to the Hilton Friday evening.
Probably. No, we're definitely going.
We're definitely going to the Hilton Friday evening, and definitely Saturday evening.
Yes, because we are not making the same mistake that we made last year. We are going to be right in the thick of it, hanging out with all our friends. We only spent an hour or so at the Hilton last weekend, and last year. All the times just morph into each other. Last year, yeah, we only spent an hour or two at the Hilton, and the more I think about it, the more gutted I am that we dropped the ball on such an epic scale. All these people that we've been listening to on YouTube and we idolize in some ways, and that have inspired me and given me so much inspiration and hope, and all these ideas, and spurring me on to carry on. We didn't hang out with them, but apart from a little time, we ain't making that mistake again. No. Like we've said, we are going to be hanging out and having lots of fun, and and getting to talk to as many of them as we can, really, and just hanging out and having a great time.
Yeah.
So, the great thing about it, it was a sort of like just a free for all. All were welcome, weren't they? And
Yeah.
that hour or two we did spend there, it was just a great the buzz, the energy in the atmosphere was just palpable, wasn't it?
It was really great.
Mm.
Wagger says, hi you three, hope you are all well.
Hi Wagger.
Yes, we are, hope you are too.
Love to the Potter Posse.
Leona says, I had my son with me last year and I didn't get to go to the bar at all. That will be made up for this year.
Yeah.
I think everyone's a bit more clued up this time. So Steve Clulo says, good evening, guys.
Good evening.
So is that everything on Maker Central?
Well, yeah, I mean, we
could talk about it.
I could talk about it for hours and hours, just reminiscing about last year and the thoughts of, what a great event it is going to be this weekend. But, we've got a couple of other things we can talk about. So, yeah, we're really, really excited to meet you all. And we want as many hugs as we can get as well. We need hugs. Got to spread the love. And as many blind high fives as we can do. So let's just do a blind high five, Nicola. So for those of you that are going to hear this later on, what we do is we high five, but we miss because I'm blind. But it's just, again, it's just laughing at the disability I've got. So yeah, blind high fives where we don't connect. So yeah, that's cool. So hugs and blind high fives, everybody.
Dave the Wood Barber, he says, hi, sorry I'm late.
It's all right, Dave. Glad you made it.
Yeah. So shall we talk about the Merseyside demo?
Yes, the Merseyside demo happened last Tuesday, was it?
Yeah.
Last Tuesday, we went to, it's pronounced Huyton, Huyton.
Yeah.
Huyton in Merseyside, and it was a great demo. And I was trying something new for a demo, and it was a winged square dish.
Yeah.
So the demo went really well, and nearly scraped my knuckles a couple of times, but didn't. But with those corners spinning at a couple of thousand revolutions per minute, to be doing it when you can't see them, it's pretty freaky. You sighted guys can see the ghost image and things like that and be working, but yeah, you can just hear the wingtips going dum, 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 and you just think it's like being stood too close to a helicopter with the rotor blade spinning. Yeah, it is freaky and it's scary, but it was, again, it's such a huge challenge. And it's enjoyable, curving the wings up. And it was a short demo, really, in the scheme of things. It was sort of like only an hour, and then a break, and then another hour. So I managed to get it finished, but it wasn't as... I did want to do some texturing on it and things, which I have since done. And
it looks really good.
There's a photograph on Instagram, and I'm going to take that to Henshaws tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it's very tactile. I've carved it, and I've called it Reach for the Sky. So it's tactile and sensory with all the carving on it, but because of the wingtips pointing upwards, it's a metaphor for, even though you're blind, have pride, be proud of your achievements, and never stop, trying to do the best that you can, and never give up. So reach for the sky. So that's what I've called it, Reach for the Sky. So I'll give that to them tomorrow as a little gift, so that the service users can feel it, and hopefully a couple of them might ask some good questions about wood turning. And, it might pique their interest in wood turning.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it was a good demo.
Got a question for you.
Question for me.
T+G making. Did you use a carbide when making the winged bowl or a bowl gouge?
Carbide. yeah. But it was still very it's dangerous doing those wing bowls. But yeah, it was carbide. Yeah, and things went really well. It didn't fly off the lathe. I didn't have a catch. But to be, doing that technique with no vision, you really do have to trust your instincts, and you've been very diligent and vigilant, as to what's going on. But I'm going to just talk something here now about demonstrating. Now, I'm not mentioning any names, and there is going to be no criticism or anything here. It's just something that one of the members mentioned to me, and they said they'd had someone recently do a demo, and I don't know who it was. They didn't mention a name, but they said he quite new on the demo circuit, and if this person does ever get to hear this podcast, please, this isn't a criticism, it's some help and advice, because I'm sure your wood turning is really cool and amazing. But they did say that you spoke for a very short time at the beginning of the demo, and then they didn't really speak at all. So it's just, and for any of you out there that do demos, or you're new to demos, or you're considering demos, and we've touched on this a little bit the other week, you have to not only sort of like be a good wood turner, you have to be an entertainer as well. You have to engage with your audience and make them glad they came to watch you, really. So if there's one good bit of advice I can give you, and this is going back to the guy that didn't really speak, and it could be just nerves because he's new to the demo circuit, get a family member to come into your garage or workshop or your shed, and if you're thinking about doing demos, and do a demo practice with a member of the family there. Now, I didn't do that with you because I'm just a cheeky chancer as it is.
You've got the gift of the gab.
Yeah, but if you are sort of like not a big fan of appearing on stage or public speaking, anything like that, practice.
Well, it is like that. I'm not a massive fan of public speaking. I've done it when I've had to. In a work situation, you get asked to do stuff like that, and you just have to suck it up and do it. But I've always found that the more you do it, the more relaxed you become.
It is a skill.
And it's but also, if you stop doing it, you've kind of got to build it back up again.
It's a perishable skill.
It's a perishable skill, yeah. Let me just read some comments. Leona, I'll come back to your blue tack in a second. Dave, the wood barber, says a rookie mistake of concentration. Yeah, could be. Because I think if you're trying to do something like wood turning and talk at the same time, you probably end up thinking, I've just got to focus on one thing, and obviously it's got to be the wood turning.
That's why. Please let me reiterate: it isn't a criticism of that guy. I don't even know him. Don't know his name. It's just that if he ever gets to hear, mind you, he probably might be one of the world's greatest wood turning demonstrators by the time he listens to this. Carry on.
I've just realised who Stephen Clulo is. Sorry, I didn't realise. He says, little Harry says, hello, Chris and Nicola, and big hello, Bamba. Miss you all, love, Harry.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, Harry. Hi, Steve.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Oh, it was so great meeting you. We've talked about Harry a lot, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, we've talked about him such a lot.
And
he was mentioned on the last podcast, I think.
Yeah. There is a little Oh, yeah, because he wants to be a guide dog instructor.
Yeah.
There is genuinely a remarkable young man in the making there.
Yeah.
You can just tell by his inquisitive nature. He came over as very mature, very caring. When we went out with Bamba Harry gave Bamba his dinner. He held my hand because we were in the car park. He's an absolute credit to the family.
Yeah.
And he's going to make you all very proud, that young lad, I'm sure.
Yeah. He asked some good questions. As I said last time, I love kids like that when they just ask loads of questions. I think it's great.
You just know when they're switched on, don't you?
Yeah. Wayne the Woodturner says, luckily enough, my job was training and explaining things. Yeah, it's a useful skill to have.
Yeah.
Leona said, would a lump of blue tack stuck to your tool rest at the location of the sharp corners help, so you could feel where your hand needs to stop, or did you have another trick?
Excuse the pun, but I winged it. No, yeah, the blue tack's a great idea, and anything like that is good. But I could tell because of the sound change, and as you're getting around, and the dish or the bowl is getting thinner, the sound changes quite noticeably as you get into the corners. And I did mention it quite a few times in the demo, the way that the sound was changing.
Especially when you've got your tissue on it.
Yeah, and when you're trying to then apply sealers and finishes and things like that, it sounded like a Cessna on full power, or a very weak Spitfire. But yeah, no, there was lots of auditory cues and clues for me. But the blue tack is actually a good idea. I might use that elsewhere. So thanks. I'm
just thinking there's maybe some sort of little modification that could be useful there.
But in fairness, I don't do that many winged bowls.
No, but it's only the second one.
It's only the second one I've ever done. And I thought, pushing the boundaries in front of an audience, doing something that's quite potentially dangerous.
Yeah.
I thought, I'd make for a good. And one chap at the end, he did come up and say, I've been a member here for 20 years. He said, that's the best demo I've ever attended. They were really nice.
Yeah.
Banger. Oh, no. Oh, it's catching. Nicola sometimes called Bamba.
I've done it once.
Well, she called him Banger. I've just done it. Sorry, mate. Yeah, Bamba drank a guy's beer.
Oh, yeah. I had to go and buy him another pint.
Yeah, because it was in a Royal British Legion club.
Yeah.
So the bar was open. So all the members, not me, all the members were getting beard up, weren't they? So it's funny. So yeah.
Wagger says you can hear thickness.
Yeah, well, all I've got to do is listen to myself speak and I can hear thickness.
Leona says, amazing, I need to start listening better as I turn. Yeah,
well, it's because of my blindness that I pick up on things like that. But yeah, have a go at just trying to listen more as to what's going on.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend closing your eyes.
No.
Just listen. Because I don't want anything to happen to you guys and say, oh, bloody hell, that Fisher. So close your eyes and try a wing bowl and you take your knuckles off.
I think we need to put one of those disclaimers at the beginning. Do not attempt.
Yeah, if you hear Chris mention any spurious technique as a blind woodturner, do not attempt to recreate what he does.
Yeah.
You've got to remember that I am a trained professional.
And is there any more on Merseyside?
No, it was a great demo. It was a short demo.
And short drive as well.
Short drive as well, yeah. 45 minutes home, which was cool. But it was a great demo, great crowd, had a laugh, attempted something new as a demo piece, came away with it still intact.
Yeah.
And that's going to be given to Henshaws. So yeah, that's really all we need to say about.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a good night.
Leona said, lol, no, I won't try that again. Did it once to see what it was like. I think she means blindfolded.
All right.
Had to catch the second I touched the wood.
All right. Yeah. Hopefully just a gentle one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to talk about the Auricula Show.
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of Maker Central for auricula growers. So if you don't know, these are these little plants that have been around from about the 17th century. But the Auricula and Primula Society has been around since about 1872, and this was a show in Cheadle of all the best auriculas that these old guys, who are all the long time auricula growers, had brought along, and there was some really nice plants, but it hasn't been a great year, so there weren't as many plants as there have been in the past. I didn't take anything because I didn't have anything that was ready, but it was great, and we spoke to a few other people who grow auriculas, and obviously you just talk about auriculas all the time. But I came home and I've looked at all my plants and I've labelled them all up again, because I lost some of my sticky labels last winter. So I had a bit of a few hours yesterday, didn't I, primping all my auriculas and getting them all neat and tidy and labelled up. And I've also tried some cross-pollination as well. Somebody was saying how to do it, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I've done about 3 pairs of plants cross-pollinated, but I'll have to wait till later in the summer to see if anything's happened, and then it'll be next year before I see the outcome. But it was a really good afternoon.
How many auriculas have you got now?
Oh yeah, I counted them, and I've now got over 70 plants. I thought I had about 40, but when I actually counted them, I've got 70 plus, and I've probably got more than that because there are some pots that have got more than one plant in. So when I split them all out at the end of summer, I could end up potentially with closer to 100. So it's quite a numbers game with auriculas if you want to show them. Some of the guys have got 400 plants, but they only brought maybe 4. And those were the ones that were the best on the day. So some of mine had they'd flowered and they'd gone past their best, and some of them are just starting to open. So I had nothing that was ready, but I've got a relatively small number of plants. How rare is it to create a brand new species of auriculas? Some of the older guys do it all the time. So once the flowers are just finishing flowering, they'll take them off and get the pollen and put it on another plant. And there was one guy there. If you look on Auricula Theatre Instagram, which I curate, I posted a picture of a flower called Matilda, and that was a cross between a plant called Ian Greville and something else. I can't remember what the something else was, but they're doing it all the time. They just named them. That was named after his granddaughter, Matilda. So I think it's relatively easy. I've just never tried it before. So you never know, there might be a new one next year. Could be called Blind Woodturner.
Yeah. No, give the plant every chance. No, call it Nicola or something.
Well, there is a Nicola Jane already.
We'll call it Nicola Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my Saturday.
Yes, you had a great day. You're out. Charlie was here.
Yeah.
So we can move on to a little mention. Now, Charlie, we've mentioned him before. In his own way, Charlie he's a maker and a creator, but it's music. And he's an absolutely amazing drummer. And he's only probably got a few short weeks left before he graduates college, and he'll have his diploma in music and music technology. But he was here on Saturday. He's got an e-kit, an electronic drum kit in his room. And it's made by a company called Alesis. And it's a cracking bit of kit. It has this computer module, and it's got hundreds of drum kits and sound effects, and you can mix and record. And I think he paid about £1,000 for it, didn't he? So it's you can spend a lot more than that on them, obviously, same as you can with acoustic kits. So he was here. Now, Charlie and I, we both love aviation, and we both love sort of like science fiction in particular, we love the War of the Worlds, the musical version, Jeff Wayne's musical version. I've still, well, I gave it to Charlie, the vinyl that came out in 1978. I gave Charlie that. And he did a drum cover to the whole album in 2015. So on Saturday he was here, bearing in mind now that he's an excellent drummer. He's re-recording it all to put it on YouTube. Now I'll hand over to Nicola in a minute because she knows the technical links and things to mention about it. But he's an amazing drummer, and most of his friends. It's funny because most of his friends are going on to uni to do music and performing arts courses. Charlie ultimately wants to get a job at Manchester Airport, so he can be so close to the aircraft. But his private pilot's license training, it's actually going a lot better now. He's stringing together quite a few lessons because the weather's getting better. So he's obviously pre-flights the aircraft on his own now. Ultimately, he'd like to be a professional pilot. But he pre-flights the aircraft and taxis it out, and he's been doing his first approaches, and it's going really, really well. So he's about to start on the ground school phase of it all. But very proud of him. So he's a maker and a creator in his own way. I'm sure he'll be a very gifted musician his whole life. It's just that I think he's got the aviation bug in a serious way. But right, Nicola, over to the
right. Well, I've just posted the Charlie Fisher drums link, which I think is the right one. I've also posted the End Room, which is Charlie's band,
college band,
and they've got a track out. I'm not sure what it's called. It's got Ben. It's Ben something. But anyway, I've posted the link to that. You can listen to it on Spotify. So those are the two links.
Yeah, and we're going to let him know about Steve Twidell.
Oh yeah.
No, we have mentioned.
We've mentioned Steve Twidell.
So he's mentioned that.
Steve very kindly said that he would play some of the band's music. So Charlie's going to come back to me with some of that. I don't think Steve's on tonight, but we'll speak to Steve.
Well, Charlie said he'll mention it to the band tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because they're back in college tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there's a full updated, improved version of the War of the Worlds drum cover by Charlie.
Yeah.
Coming very soon. So he's got sort of like the teaser on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So it's Charlie Fisher Drums.
Yeah, put the link in.
Oh yeah, with a capital C, D, and F.
Yeah.
So because he phoned us before. Going to get a shout out on the podcast. So I said yes, of course, and he texts back, "Yay!" So we love him to bits. Obviously, I'm very proud of him. War of the Worlds, love it. Charlie and I have been to the stage production of War of the Worlds a few times, and it's amazing to be there with the full orchestra. The Black Smoke Band and the Hula Dubla strings, and Jeff Wayne's there obviously, and you have Liam Neeson and Jason Donovan and quite a few celebrities, Gary Barlow and who else in the past, Marty Pello, singing some of the parts. So War of the Worlds, love it.
T+G Making says we'll keep an eye out for the final release. The original soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, it's the obviously there's been quite a few incarnations of War of the Worlds, so like the new generation and things like that. So it is the new generation album that is drummed to.
Would Chris consider resin casting at all to add another string to his bow?
Who's asked that?
Wagger. Well, we have got.
We've got a little We've got a little
kit, haven't we?
We've got a little resin kit that we've yet to buy. You got the bits at UKIS last year, didn't
Yeah.
I don't know, Wagger. Pen kits, pen blanks, definitely.
Well, we've got the pen blank mould.
Whether or not I get into, casting, a bag full of, bits, or, people have obviously cast all sorts of stuff in resin, haven't they? Nick Zametti does lots of different things, and I don't know. Probably, if I'm honest, probably not. Pen blanks, definitely. I'd love to make some unique and individual pen blanks, and obviously then just give the pen to Nicola.
Well, we've got some pink mica.
Yeah, you got some tints and colours.
Yeah, we've got some stuff, but it's one of those things, we got it and then we've not had a chance to do it, have we?
No, and obviously you'd need to read the instructions, because I have to get the ratios correct.
It's one of those things I think we'll get round to now.
Yeah, definitely. Pen blanks, definitely. On a bigger scale, to do all these resin spheres and eggs and all sorts, probably not. And I'll leave that to the sighted folks. Never say never, I suppose. It's just something really that hasn't jumped out at me and said, give this a go. It's not really done that to me, the whole resin thing. But who knows? But pen blanks, I'd be all over that.
Well, I was talking to that lady, what was she called, Natalia, who does the pen blanks, and
Polly McLean.
I'm quite interested in trying that. That's something that I quite fancy. I do think about it sometimes when I'm driving round. I think, what would I do and how would I do it? But I might give that a go at some point. Wagger says, you're more than welcome to use my stuff, bro, anytime. Thank
you very much. Just have to think about what I could encase in resin now.
Closing the loop.
Should we get all a bit businessy now? Something that often baffles us and we discuss. And I'm really going to let Nicola take the lead on this.
Thank you.
Well, just giving you the chance to sort of like take centre stage for once. But I'll be chipping in, of course I will. But it's something we discuss from time to time. And
sometimes we get it's like
we get frustrated by it, don't we?
Really? I'm one of these people who likes to finish things off. I like having lots of lists of things I need to do, and I like ticking things off, and I like to know that I've dotted my I's and crossed my T's, and I've done everything that I need to do. So I'm very keen on closing the loop, and I do it at work. I make sure that if I've been to see a client, I do the follow-up, and that's closing the loop for me. But we've got something that we had to sign a non-disclosure agreement at the time, so we can't tell you exactly what it was, but that just kind of disappeared, didn't it? And it's still just hanging out there, and we don't know whether it's going to come back, whether it's just off the table. We didn't have any communication.
The last communication we had was it was still ongoing. And now, a year down the line, we've not had any dialogue from the other people. So, what closing the loop means is don't leave people dangling. Now, I did say to Nicola, it's not, when you get lots and lots of people commenting on a video on YouTube, that can take time to comment, but inevitably you do get time to reply. I think closing the loop is more important, very important when it's relating to your career or your business. So for anyone out there that is a woodturner that does commissions and sells, you know, make sure that the interaction between you and your client, yeah, is always up to date. You know, if you promise to give your customer a ring back later on that day, close the loop and do it. Yeah. So carry on, Nicola, now with.
Well, I know with social media sometimes it's a challenge for me to answer them all quickly, but I do go back and answer them, and sometimes it can be a couple of weeks after the event, but I don't know, I just like to know that I sort of answered something and it's finished. We've had a few requests. Sometimes if Chris has been on television, we get a flurry of emails, don't we, from people asking for can you make stuff, and can they commission you? And sometimes we'll go back with quite lengthy replies, and then there's no follow-up at all.
No.
And it'd be nice sometimes. I always think if somebody just said, look, I'm really sorry, I appreciate what you sent me, but I've changed my mind. Happy days. It's like, you know where you're up to, don't you? And I think sometimes it would be really good if people would just actually say that, I've changed my mind, or
well, no one's said that. You know, it's not like, I mean, as far as wood turning goes, no one's ever said that, have they?
What, they've changed their mind? No, I mean, what I mean is, if somebody's come to us for a commission, they've asked us, can we do something? We've gone back and said, yes, this is what we can do. And
what you mean is,
and then they don't follow up.
What you mean
we never
is
hear from them
they
again.
say, oh no, we've gone elsewhere. Really?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You know, but that would be great to say, well, you know, actually, it wasn't what we were thinking, and we've found someone. You know, yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's not upsetting.
Yeah.
It's business. You know, and if yeah, that has happened a couple of times actually. Yeah, now I come to think of it, people have said, "Oh yeah, we're so glad we found you, Chris." And in some cases, they might have commissioned one piece and say, "Oh we loved your stuff, and we'll be back to you next week and order more stuff." A year later, you're thinking, you know, why didn't you just, you know, be honest? Closing the loops about honesty, as well.
I think it's just more helpful. The worst one for me has always been when I've gone for jobs. Over the years, going for jobs and having interviews has just got worse and worse. I remember going for one interview and it seemed to go really well. It was through an agency. I spoke to the guy afterwards, and he said, oh yeah, you know, I'll get feedback and I'll speak to you. And then I never heard from him. And I rang and just got the runaround, really. Oh, he's out to lunch. Oh, he's not here. And I'll leave a message. And in the end, after 2 weeks, I just dropped it because it was clear that he wasn't going to come back, and I'd not got the job. And then there was another one. Can't remember what the business was, but it was over at the airport, and it was like an assessment day. So I was there all day, and they sort of weeded you out throughout the day. So some people were being sent home, but I got through to, you know, the final stage, and you know, it looked quite good, and everything seemed to be hunky-dory. And they said, oh, we'll be in touch. Nothing. So again, you just sort of end up assuming that, well, I've not got the job. But I just think it'd be so nice if people could just send an email, even if it was just a generic one saying thanks for coming, but unfortunately you've not been successful.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, Leona says that's very irritating when people don't have the common decency to be open and honest.
Yeah, so we're big fans of people closing the loop, more so when it's your career or your livelihood at stake, because you can think, you know, as well, you might have the potential there to earn more money and then it doesn't materialize.
Mm.
You know, like I said,
It's not even financial. It's just
it is when you.
Well, it is, but for me, I just want that clarity as well, to know. You know, sometimes you kind of, you know, you've got this thing that you're waiting to do something with, and you don't know. You know, are we doing it? Do we need to order stuff? It's just having that clarity of, is it done with, or is it still in the pipeline?
Yeah. Well, again, that harks back a bit to the financial side, because if you go out and order all the bits, assuming, and never assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me. Great saying. You shouldn't ever assume. But yeah, you go out, get the bits, you know, and then it falls flat, and then you've spent that money, which you really didn't have to spare. So again, it is a financial consideration as well. Yeah. So close the loop. You know, it can save you money. It can save you the uncertainty, the anxiety. You know, you can move on with your day and your life, can't you? So close the loop. That's what we're saying. It's something that gets us frustrated.
It's not life that lets you down. It's some people that let lives down. That's Dave the Wood Barber.
No, that's good. Yeah.
No, well, people are just not all the same, are they?
No, everyone's different, aren't they?
But yeah, I do like to know sort of where I'm up to. Well, that's definitely one of my traits. Well, that's the last topic we've got.
Right. Well, you know, let's talk about that magic wand that I made for Tom. We'll just show that. Now, Tom Walker, now it's a lot shorter than what I normally do.
It looks massive on the screen.
Okay. Well, don't hold it so close.
You hold it then.
So it's rippled maple. So when Tom was here, we made a start on it. But you know, when people are here doing TV work, they're here all day, and you know, we get this finished and they better take it home. But because he was only here a short while, I said, you know, I would just sort of like finish it up and send it to him. He said he's not the world's biggest Harry Potter fan, but it would be a great memento of his day here. So I finished it. It's rippled maple, I think, as I understand. So as what I always do with the business end,
it feels nice.
Of the, I always carve this and make it gnarly to make it resemble, you know, a tree limb or twig. I think if they're just perfectly smooth all the way along, they can feel just a bit too manufactured. So
this handle feels nice though.
Yeah, so we'll post that to Tom.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you'll put a nice letter with it anyway.
Yeah.
Something like, you know, a souvenir from a magic day, something like that. But yeah, so yeah, that was what we did. So another magic wand finished. Any questions?
Dave the Barber says he's not chatting much because he's still turning the barber pole key rings.
All right.
Great wand. He says, I said, how's it going? He said, it's very dusty. So, anybody got anything to ask or any topics they'd like to raise? Anybody looking forward to Maker Central?
You can just hear Bamba going up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Have you been for a drink, mate? Have you been for a drink? No. Bamba's looking forward to it, aren't you, pal? Looking forward? Going round Maker Central? It's funny, we're talking to him here. Bamba, you going round Maker Central? You going round Maker Central? Are you listening? Are you listening? Can you see him?
Let me just nudge it down. There you go.
Bamba.
Bamba, look.
We're going to Maker Central. What are we doing? And you're working tomorrow, aren't you? Taking me to Henshaws. So yeah, Bamba's looking forward to it. aren't you? We're going to walk around Maker's Central, mate. Yes, we are. Yes, 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 yes.
Maker's Central, hell yeah. T+G making. Wagger says yes, me. Leona says nervous and excited about makers, mainly excited. Can't wait to meet everyone. Dave the Wood Barber, if Chris was to have an item turned off a novice, what would it be?
If I was to have an item turned off a novice for me,
what would it be?
A goblet, a medieval goblet. Yes, something that I could cherish and drink mead out of. Yeah, I think I'd get a novice to do a Viking or medieval inspired goblet. Wagger
did ask earlier about would you do any stuff with milliput?
Yes, I think that's a lot easier for me to do because you just obviously cut off, part A and part B and knead it together and work it, and then you can start pushing it in and things like that. And having listened to Jim Overton's stuff, you can get some pretty interesting effects with some simple techniques. So milliput, again, all this stuff really is going to be great for me to do when I get the intern, because I won't be having to spend a day faffing with the camera and lining it up and things like that. So
we could do some milliput on other projects, because I don't know if I've told you, I've got various things, haven't I? I've got boxes and old crates and stuff that we bought in an antique place, and I keep having different ideas of what I'm going to do with those, because I've thought about using some Joe Sonia on them as well, and gold leaf, because I've got a Bible box that's got a cross on the top, so I was going to do that in gold leaf. But yeah, there's a few things that I want to do. So we could, you could use milliput on some of those as well.
Because it's really it's like plasticine until it, starts curing. So it's really a fun material to use.
Harry's not coming to Maker's Central.
Oh.
Steve said he's looking forward to his first Makers, so I said, are you bringing Harry? He said no, unfortunately. Dave the Wood Barber says, don't forget you're getting a milliput pen off me. No, exciting stuff. So have you got anything else? Anything else we were going to talk about? Any more blind stuff?
Well, there's always blind stuff every day, isn't there? What I tell you, what I am going to get you to do is, my pen friend and all those little labels.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is all the, like the Hampshire Sheen embellishing waxes.
Oh, right.
And at a demo, when I go to the audience, I need the gold one, which is it? And they go, what's the one in your left hand? Them and all the intrinsic colours from Martin. I'm going to start taking my pen friend on my demos.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, and in the workshop.
Yeah.
So I need you for an hour to
stick those up. Yeah.
Stick them on and record. Well, either you or I can record the message, and that'll just, again, I've been meaning to do it for months. But if you're not ever around and I've needed to know, I've done Be My Eyes, which I enjoy doing because it's got that personal interaction. But it's a bit awkward on a demo.
Well, it'd be a good idea on a demo,
and it's good for the crowd as well.
For people
like
to see how you do stuff.
Yeah. So I've done a video on as an optic nerve video, and we'll be doing more optic nerve when I get the intern as well. Videos for the BVI community, but the pen friend, it's like. probably about 6 inches tall. It has a built-in microphone on the top and a sensor on one end, and you get packs of hundreds of individually unique coded labels. So you stick the little label on anything you want: food packaging, CDs, DVDs. And what I'm going to do on, you see, the thing is, when you have bottles, many bottles or many tins, the same size, shape, and everything, I can't tell. If I know what my sanding sealer is compared to my friction polish, because the bottles are physically different sizes. But you get things that are the same shape and size, but it has a different colour inside it. That's obviously, I've got no chance of knowing without help. But these pen friend labels, and again, yeah, it's another point of interest for an audience, you know, because hey, how do you know what colour that is? I can turn my pen friend on, and it says, you know, plum. Simple.
No, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
I might be getting another pen here.
Oh, right.
Wayne the Woodturner said, "Did you see the olive wood pen?" So, you mean this one? It's lovely. Zeta pen from Olive. He bought 2 olive chopping boards off eBay. He can get 32 blanks from the chopping boards. What a great idea. That is lovely. Yeah. Unfortunately, I never say no to a pen. I absolutely love pens and stationery, and you know, I use them all. I rotate them and use different pens every day. But that would be very kind. I think I might be getting a couple of pens when we go to Maker Central. That's so kind. Thank you.
You never have enough pens.
No, you can never have enough pens. Chris has all his tools. I have all my pens.
That's right. Yeah, pens and stationery. That's the equivalent of your new tool, isn't it? So,
it is. Yeah.
But it really, a pen is a tool, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, and you get a lot of pleasure out of using fountain pens.
Yeah. Especially, you know, things that have been handmade and are one of a kind.
Well, there's a lot of love and passion that's gone into something that's, you know, handmade.
You just can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
Steve says, "Sorry, I'm late. NAMK Holes Fam." Oh, what is it? Bank holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that means bank holes. Yeah. Yeah, I think you press the wrong keys on the keyboard.
That's Steve Twidell.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we're off now, aren't we?
Yeah. Bye, Steve. Yeah. Happy birthday. Speak to you at the weekend. Bye.
Thank you, Wayne. Yeah, Steve. What, I don't know what time it is. 20:35.
We'll go another 10 minutes because
we've got to go to bed early because we're up early tomorrow, aren't we? Chris doesn't do early mornings.
It's not the early mornings.
Well, it's the quick out of the house mornings.
Yeah. Yes. So,
anybody got anything they'd like to ask us? We've kind of run out of steam here, haven't we?
No, I mean, I
could run out of steam.
No, I could talk about a million things.
Go on then.
Well, should we talk more about being blind?
Yeah. Have we not had something funny happen this week with you being blind? We were howling with laughter the other day, and I can't remember what we were laughing about.
Oh, you threw a tea towel to me.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, Nicola threw the tea towel at me to wipe my hands after we'd had some sticky chicken or something like that, finger food. And obviously, I can't see it coming. Now, normally when she throws stuff, in fact, I probably had my hands out, waiting for it. Hopefully, she's got a shot on target and it'll land in my arms. And it didn't hit me in the face. It landed and flops down. Yeah, didn't it? Yeah. So it was like a wig. And Nicola was in hysterics. That's what we were laughing at. I remember now.
It was like T. Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
It was like one of those, you know, the tea towels that they wear on their heads with the, I don't know what they call them, but yeah, I mean, it just looked like that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I couldn't do that twice. Steve Twidale says, "Happy birthday, Chris."
Yeah.
T plus G Making says, "Ever used a scroll saw? We are looking into them at the moment."
I haven't, no, but I know a lot of YouTubers that will be at makers use them. Jamie Page, and shout up now if you're a scroll saw user. I haven't, and I've said this a few weeks ago. It's the one machine that I would probably end up with quite a nasty injury with. So using a bandsaw, you know, I've got the fence and you know, push sticks and the mitre guide, but with the scroll saw, because it's all sort of like all freehand and driving it around and steering it, it'd be hard for me to guess the distance between my fingertips and the blade, I think. So again, never say never, but I think that'd be quite a no-no for me.
Steve says, "Has you made maker coins?" So I've just been putting them up on the screen.
Oh, right. Yes, you have, haven't you?
Yeah. And Dave, the wood barber, says, "Did you enjoy your birthday?" I did, thank you very much. We had a quiet day, really, didn't we, on Wednesday?
Oh.
I was in work. And we were going to go out for a meal, but the place that we wanted to go was fully booked. So we rebooked to go on the Friday with Charlie.
Yeah, which was better, really, because at least Charlie was able to attend.
So we went, we had pizza, didn't we?
On your birthday night, we had pizza.
And was that the night we had Black Forest Gatto as well?
Yeah, pizza,
Black Forest Gatto.
So it was a nice night.
Yeah.
It was cool, wasn't it, your birthday?
Yeah, it was good.
Like you said, you don't like making a big song and dance about it, do
you? Low fuss.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. I quite like this one. This is a bit like the Scream. They're just this phone keeps falling off. They're just white. It was white card cut in circles. I've painted them, and then I've got all these stickers and bits and pieces, and I've got this washi tape that says "Follow Your Dreams." So they've all got that on. And if I remembered, I've put pink macro on the back, and then I've got sticky labels that are supposedly the same size as the card. Some of them are slightly hanging over, but they're quite, they're quite sturdy. And
I'm just going to jump in regarding the pink macro thing. As Nicola's walking around Maker Central at the weekend, say to her, "Hey, Nicola, so what are your creative plans for the future?" Ask her, because she's got a couple of plans.
Just one or two.
Yes. So, Nicola's going to be...
I've got a great T-shirt.
Yeah, Nicola's going to be unleashing her creative mind on the world very soon with a couple of different projects. So, yeah, ask her what she's up to soon. She'll tell you all about it while she's walking around.
Steve says he's scrolling right now. Grr, hate it. Stupid JP challenge. So, right, let's go back to the blind thing then.
Yes. What I want to just touch on really is what's that noise?
Casting spells.
All right, okay. Yeah, what I really want to touch on is you know, how I'm doing with the anxiety with my being blind. So it was such a sort of like a low point in my life, and as to where I am now, you know, this coming weekend with the demos and things, my anxiety, I think, has almost pretty much subsided. And I think I can generally gauge by those couple of days getting up to a demo or an event, you know, my mood, and I'm feeling more upbeat nearer to demos now and things like this. And I remember the first demo I did at UKIS a couple of years ago. I remember how quiet I went on that Saturday, you know, and I was feeling, and, you know, I was in, you know, if you want to call it the zone or the place, but I was on the verge of feeling a bit unwell. And that's all pretty much, I think, gone now. And I think I've got it, and I don't want to tempt fate, but I think I've got it beat now.
Do you think that's happened because there's more time has passed between you going blind and now? Do you think it's a sort of an evolution?
It is a time thing, and you know, it just makes me so glad that I didn't do anything stupid when I felt so ill, because that would have been such, you know, if you are that ill and you choose that way, at that time it probably is the right thing to do. But you know, if you could just hang on,
but you never know what life has in store, do you?
No. So it's really, really sort of like encouraging to feel the way I do now, going into demos. And, you know, again, it's with it being a skill and a perishable skill if you don't do it. You know, if I didn't do a demo for a year and then did another one, I might, you know, be a bit at the thought of it. And, you know, that those, you know, being nervous is different from a full-blown on, you know, panic attack that I was doing, where I thought, you know, oh my God, you know, please let this stop. You know, that sort of dark place that you go to. You know, it's different as chalk and cheese, you know, feeling nervous. Everyone gets nervous. Nerves are good for you. You know, they can improve your performance. But when you have this severe debilitating anxiety and the panic attacks and the being sick and the muscle spasms, yeah, I think I've got it beat now.
Well, even in the time that I've known you, which, you know, in the scheme of things isn't that long, is it? We've known each other, well, it's coming up for 4 years. Well, be this weekend.
There's been a change since,
even just in the time that I've known you, and I can see that things have evolved just in that time as well.
Yeah, so it's really weird, you know, being blind and being, you know, scared of everything. And it'd be like, you know, if you're walking around, you know, a haunted house, you know, on Halloween night on your own and it's pitch black. It's all to do with the mind playing tricks on you. It is a mental illness, you know, and yeah, I think, and it's great because I can. I don't like getting excited, and I don't use the word because when I get excited, I think I'm always on the threshold of letting things get too intense. But the thought of Maker's Central, you know, it's like there is no thought locked away at the back of my head thinking, oh, I wonder if I can get out of this and stay at home, which I used to think about. There's none of that anymore.
Well, do you know what? I've probably said in the last week how excited I am about Maker Central. And you used to say, oh, I don't do excited. But you've not said that either.
No. I still don't like to think of myself getting excited.
No, but you've not, you always used to say, oh, I don't do excited, but you've not said that.
No.
Steve says, you are demonstrating to your extended family, Chris. They love you, mate. Just enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I love it. This weekend, yeah, it's going to be funny.
We're going to have a ball, aren't we?
And it's not like I'm demonstrating all day for the 2 days. It's the fact that Colwyn will be doing something, and Colwyn has worked out, I think, a bit of a schedule.
Yeah, and Steve, and we need to message you as well about the schedule. I've not forgotten about that. I'll get that done ASAP.
What for when I go over there and do that pen?
Yeah,
I'll just turn up and do it.
I think they'd like to know when you're going to
Chuck Steve off the lathe, make way. Let me turn on. You'll have a 6-stone German Shepherd to answer to. No, yeah, we'll let you know, Steve, as to the timings and things. But no, it's going to be fun, and doing it the way we're doing it. It gives Colwyn and Craig hopefully the chance to mooch about.
Yeah. So
no, really, 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 really can't wait.
Yeah. I know it's kind of a bit surreal that it's actually.
I'm not nervous at all, Nicola. Have you got that Imodium I asked for? No, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to go.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody, because there were people last year that we met, but some of them last year, I didn't know who they were. I might have recognised a few names, but I really didn't know much about them or what they did. And then it was afterwards when we were looking at YouTube videos when we got home, and you think, oh God, I wish I'd had a better conversation with that person, or talk to them a bit more about such and such a thing. And we can do that this year because we're a bit more clued up.
Yeah, and last year it was like the show finished 5 o'clock. So I don't know the exact time. 5 o'clock. It was like, right, let's get home. Nicola's got an early meeting the following day, but luckily, Nicola, you're working from home. The following day, so we might be able to just hang around and just maybe even help Craig and Colwyn a little bit.
Yeah.
I can certainly put stuff on the wrong pallet for them. Which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, 4 more sleeps.
4 more sleeps, yeah. And it's not a massive drive down there for us, is it?
No,
flipping heck, a couple of hours, that's nothing for us.
Yeah.
And Steve, is coming from Ireland again.
I know.
The owner.
Just make sure you got plenty of space in your car, Steve.
Both, yeah, outbound and return journey.
Right then, is that everything?
Yeah, I think that's everything. The next podcast, boy oh boy, we're going to have a lot to talk about. And let's just say now it'll be a Maker Central special. So
yeah, it'll be us. We'll still be on a high, won't we?
Yeah, we'll still be on a high.
We'll probably be sleep deprived.
I won't be any more sleep deprived than I will be tomorrow. Bloody dawn patrol. Flipping heck. Thought them days were over.
The aftermath show. Yeah, it will be. That was one of the good things as well about Maker Central last year. It was all the videos that came out afterwards, and just sort of reliving it. And Dave the Wood Barber says, well, I will see you all on Friday or Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Well, we're arriving on Friday. We'll have to go to the NEC to drop Chris's kit off.
Touch base with
Craig and Colwyn. And then obviously we'll be there all day Saturday, all day Sunday.
Yeah, we're staying in a Premier Inn 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah,
it's what Axminster have booked for us, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, after the demo, after the day, Friday night, after tea, we'll go back to the Hilton and stay there until had enough.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a good few hours there. Saturday, obviously, demos and whatnot.
Yeah.
Schmoozing, networking, having fun. Saturday night into the Hilton again. We're going to be there in the epicentre.
Oh, there's a few people staying in the Premier Inn. Let me just find out which one it is. Just hang on a sec. Chris, keep talking.
Blah 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 blah. Who remembers the banana splits? 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. Doobie 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 doobie. So Nicola's just frantically clicking away here, trying to find information.
Balsall Common.
Oh, it's like Harsall Common on War of the Worlds.
Yeah, here we go. We're staying at Balsall Common. Is that where you guys are staying?
Any more takers for Balsall Common?
That's pretty cool.
Gonna be in it to win it.
We are in the 1.6 mile from the NEC, and yeah, I remember the banana splits. I think ours is about 10 minutes away, so might be a different one. But anyway, we'll be at the Hilton, won't we? Friday night, so Saturday night.
Friday night, Saturday night, definitely. Yeah, we've just got to be there.
Yeah. Cy Smith says the Kerry man.
The Kerry man?
Yeah, is that banana splits? Leona says she's in the Hilton so she can fall into bed.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's a good move.
Yeah, Mrs. Rockefeller. Kerry man.
Yeah, who's the Kerry man, Si? No, it's an Irish pub with rooms. Oh, right.
All right.
Is that where you're staying? Right, okay. There wasn't much left. Wayne the Woodturners at the Hilton. T+G making, we're at the Hockley Heath one.
Flipping heck, have you lot all been having lottery wins and not telling us or something?
Right. Anyway, we're sort of degenerating here into just, running out of steam again.
Oh, we were talking about the Premier Inn then. No, I was off on a mission. Anyway, guys, yeah, we're going to go. Peace out. So, love you all. And
the next time we talk to you, guess where we'll be?
In the Hilton. In Birmingham.
Well, everybody have good drives, good travels.
We may even catch up with a couple of you on Friday afternoon if you're setting up.
Yeah.
And whatnot. In the hall 2. So anyway, we're going. Time for a G&T before I go to bed. Ooh.
Talk to you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Keep on turning. Bye. Bye.